Hey guys, today here is my war number 6. Now, for this war, I've got Hulkling, Apoc, and Cable for Synergy. This is the first time in a long time that, well, no, the last two wars Apoc hasn't been banned, but yeah, these two wars, first time in a long time where we've got Apoc available, which is great. Apoc's a beast, and then lets you use, like, Horseman AA and shit as well, so that was nice. Happy Apoc was available. First off, we've got this 6 Nimrod. It's a Nimrod with Hulkling, so yeah, it's pretty hard to die to this fight, but it's a pretty slow one. And yeah, he's gonna get a lot of unblockable L1s because of the nodes here. It boosts his armors and all that a bunch, so he's gonna constantly be in blitz, which means he's gonna be tankier and he's gonna have that energize constantly up, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's a little annoying, but not the end of the world or anything. We had NewN get the energy vulnerability. Not ideal, but it's all good. It did crit the first time, so he took a good bit of damage, but yeah, it's fine. Because, I mean, Nimrod's already down to 22% health. We just gotta work on finishing out this fight. Again, a little bit of a slow one, but nothing really dangerous here. Opportunist does mean that Nimrod's going to be hitting a lot harder than normal. Because every buff he gets, he's going to have plus 50% attack, which is a good attack boost, and he has those Furies from the node and everything, but, you know, not a big deal. We're going to throw our L3 when he enters the orange phase, so it doesn't get cowardist, and then it will kill. And yeah, that's that fight over. Yeah. Probably the hardest fight I had today, honestly. So yeah, next up we've got a Node 20 Mephy. For this fight I maxed out in Equity and Resonate, and then I turned on half suies. This is just so if I need to eat an L3, I can eat an L3 with an Equity and Resonate, and then half suies let you end the fight fast, and yeah. Not too difficult of a fight, but you're gonna take some chip damage, and that's pretty much the main thing here. You just don't want to give Mephy any Furies. Otherwise, it can get a little bit dangerous. Nothing crazy, but, you know, you want to avoid giving Mephy those Furies. And then you just spam special 2s with your power backs and everything, and yeah. I was hoping to be able to chain into an L2 with those bleeds. I probably could have. Oh, wait, we did end up getting the extra debuff duration from the leads. Okay, never mind, ignore me. But yeah, and as you can see, that L2 took off a lot of his health, and we're going to throw this. It's going to trigger the immortality. I'm not too worried about it, because then it'll knock down, and we get another L2, and we just throw that and end this fight. And yeah, pretty easy fight with Apoc. One of the best options for this fight, for sure, with Sick and Tired. And, I mean, yeah, not much you can really say about that fight, just standard Apoc fight. And then next up, we've got this thing on Power Snack and the Power Sting node. The nodes don't matter too much here. Power Snack is the main thing you want to keep in mind, but Apoc's great for this because of his concussion and his bleeds. It's a little bit slow, because with Sui's, I'm going to be triggering the protection occasionally, but it's not the end of the world. We can work through the protection, of course. And the Power Stings are going to give me constant willpower healing. So my only worry here is things rock stacks, and Power Snack is a little bit of a thing to keep in mind, but it basically just means go for baiting L1s instead of baiting L2s. So that's why we're going for this. And yeah. First L2 off there. Very solid damage from that. And yeah, just continuing this. Again, want to bait those L1s. And pop those heavies, and we're taking them down. And yeah, we get an L1 here. Due to the protection, going for spamming L2 is not generally the best idea. I mean, you can get away with it for sure, but the power backs don't give as much, so it's not as big of a deal to avoid the special one. And now we have the debuffs up, so we're gonna throw another special one, and it'll do a bunch of damage. And yeah, the protection triggers here for the full thing. Thankfully, the concussion bypasses for 2 of the hits, so our L1 kills. And yeah, next up we've got a Kingpin. On this node we have our Invuln on for it again, just stretching into that fight as well. And it's a pretty simple fight. It's just a Kingpin with Apoc. Again, just gotta focus on baiting those L1s, and I have an equity again here, so that means Kingpin's gonna hit a lot weaker. Sadist means he's gonna hit a lot harder, so it kind of balances out. But it's basically just a normal Kingpin with the inequity and resonate and Sadist balancing out basically. And then ebb and flow intercept. Always a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. He gives us an intercept here, which is nice. I mean, we get some extra damage for the duration of that Fury, but not a big deal because it's not for our specials yet. But I mean, we'll take the extra damage. And then we got a beta special one, go for an intercept, and go for our L2s. And then, you know, Kingpin should be pretty much dead when we've got our specials going. And as you can see, our special 2 does a lot of damage and takes him down to 30% health. He throws this L1 here, which was really annoying. It means that I wasn't going to get the Fury up for the whole L1, but the L1 kills anyway, so nice and easy. And yeah, next up we've got a Mysterio. I played pretty poorly on this fight. Yeah, I forgot to pop on Cosmic Powerbacks for this one, and that means I couldn't get the super quick fight. Which is fine. It's just a Mysterio, so, you know, a long fight, not the biggest deal. Just gotta pay attention to it. He throws an L1 here, which was really annoying. I went for dexing it, but I ate the hits instead, so that was a great start to the fight. And yeah, we get another intercept here, trying to get our Pierce up for our L2. Mysterio is playing along a little bit, thankfully, so we can get the Pierce. And there we get our L2, and yeah. If I had powerbacks there, I probably would have gotten pushed to special 3 and could have just, like, pretty much immediately ended that fight. But yeah, he's down to 23% already, which is very nice. This is a very easy fight, of course. I don't really get why Mysterio's placed here. They did not ban Corvus or anything, so don't totally understand it, but I guess we'll take it. And yeah, I just throw my L1 here. I mean, my L2 here with the protection without the unblockable. I'm not too worried about it. And then another combo is just going to end this fight. And yeah, fight over. And now we have a 53 Peni. This Peni, pretty easy fight. There's not much danger here at all. It's just a Peni Parker on node 53, so as long as you know what you're doing with node 53, you're good. Now, the thing about node 53 with Hulkling, his power gain from gaining the buffs still works, but his combat power rate doesn't. So that means you're going to get your power a lot slower, which is why we're popping that PS1. Doesn't really matter, and the power backs give the same amount of power, of course, and stats ability as well. It doesn't really matter, but you do want to keep that in mind, that all of your power is going to come from those, from gaining those buffs. But it's still a good amount of power, so no big deal. And yeah, here we go. We get our 2 Fury L2, decent amount of damage, but we didn't have the Pierce set full duration for it, so that chunked away some of our damage. You don't have to worry about hitting into the auto block because she can't punish from her auto block, and it's Hulkling, so the power drain does not matter at all. And yeah, we're just trying to get our Pierce back up for the L2 now. And there we go, and we get our L2. Good chunk of damage again. 20k hit on that last one was very nice. And then we get another L2 here. And yeah, fight's over. Pretty simple war today. Couple of slow fights, probably one of the slowest wars I've had in fight time, but all of them were very safe. And yeah, decent war. And yeah, shout out to my Patreon supporters and your Dunny again. Yeah, that's all for today's work.